Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Scary Shh.
Lucía como una persona encorvada que vestía una túnica con capucha puntiaguda.
When this planet may no longer be habitable.
By a killer who's become known as the Night Stalker. A killer who apparently
Míralo, ahí está.
Lives under a nuclear sword of Damocles.
Opportunity to forge a new world order. When we are successful, we have a real chance at this new world order.
Shut the fuck up. How about that shit?
Shut up. Shh. Be quiet. Tone it down.
Try to guess what that shh is.
Shut up and just watch it.
Welcome back to
Damn.
another episode of
You
Scary.
be too loud.
Welcome back to another episode of Scary. Shut up.
Shut up. You're right here. I need you to bring it down here. Yeah, we changed the name to Scary Shh because we need to be more brand friendly and we need money.
But not only that, we want to be family friendly with you guys.
And we need money. And brands don't hit us up because the word shit is in it.
Hey, relax. It's not because of the money.
I love the name shit, but then they're changing
It's
it.
always about the money.
It's always about money.
It's never enough.
It's never enough. Look at us. We lost our studio.
Look at him. He looks homeless.
Look at him. You don't got a
You look at
cut.
your hair.
I'm a barber, bro. I'm busy.
George is sick. He don't got money for medicine.
I don't got insurance.
Angel paid his last $30 on this haircut.
Hey,
You can tell.
Look at him. Please donate to my cousin. He don't got money right now.
Send to my nah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Scary Shit. We haven't done a Scary Shit episode since last month.
Bro.
We just changed the name.
Oh, fuck.
Welcome to another episode of Scary.
Welcome to another episode of Scary Shit. We haven't done one since last month.
Yes. Scary shush.
Yes.
Scary stuff. We're just going to say scary stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna say scary stuff, but it's called Scary Shit. Make sure you guys go follow Scary Shh Instagram account on Instagram. We made a new one just dedicated to scary stuff. We're gonna be posting our clips. We're gonna be posting random ghost stories, posting all kinds of stuff that are scary. If you guys like scary stuff, make sure you go check it out.
Yep.
And yeah, well, let's get started on the scary stuff, guys. Let's.
Yeah.
It's like if
up.
anyone in your house is being loud, just slap him. Grab him from the neck. Lick your fingers.
All right, bro.
my
No.
Like that. I got a video that's pretty cool. So they don't do anything paranormal. They're just a normal, regular couple. And one night they check their Ring camera. They have a Ring camera in the house, and they see their light in their bathroom turning on, and then it turns off, and it turns back on, and then it turns off. And their dog, they have a dog locked up in the cage, and like he wakes up and gets startled. And then they go back and check the cameras because you know how it sends alert like notifications to it. And when they woke up, they saw a notification, and they looked into it, and they say they can see like a little boy peeking out of the restroom. From when he turns on the light and it turns off, like a little white face or like a boy figure like popping out of the restroom and popping back out. And it looks so fucking weird. It looks crazy. You can barely see it, but if you really pay attention to it, you can see the figure a little bit.
The family dog perks up as a bright light flashes and what looks like a pale little face seems to peek out of the door. Then a shadowy figure about the size of a child seems to be standing in the hallway before disappearing, just as the little pale face peeks out of the door again.
Crazy, huh? And if you guys really pay attention to it, you can see like a little figure, like a body figure. And that reminds me of that one video. I don't know if you guys remember from like a couple Scary Shit episodes we did in the back of an alien popping out of the restroom. Do you guys remember that one?
Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we talked
I
about
remember
it.
seeing it in Fact or Fake.
Yeah, I talked about it. There was an episode I talked about where there was a guy who was experiencing like paranormal activity, and it turns out he was experiencing like alien encounters in his own house. And one time he was trying to catch it on camera. So what he did, he got one of those stores reflection, you know, those big ass reflections they have in the stores.
Oh yeah, the round thing, no?
Yeah, and he put it in the corner and he put a camera facing it to kind of trick the alien because he felt like he knew that he was being recorded. So when like he was taking pictures like a time lapse, and one of the pictures there was an alien popping out of the restroom with his one leg out and just looking into
Yeah, I
it.
remember that.
Yeah, and that reminded me of that. When I saw that, I was like, dude, that's fucking crazy. Like the way it just peeks out. I think that's the scariest shit ever.
Did you pay attention a little bit? You look like there was like a body figure like on the next of the face.
It looked like
The shadow,
it was
right?
gonna walk out a little bit.
Yeah, like it wanted to like it was checking to see if anybody's there, and then it was gonna walk
I
out.
think it seen a dog and it just stayed.
Yeah, and then the dog locked up in the cage. That's kind of fucked up.
All dogs in the cage.
All dogs in the cage. You ever seen that video?
No.
No, it's like a black dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
He's like,
everybody in the cage.
and
Birds
the
in
dog
the
going?
cage. Yeah, and he's giving them all like.
The bird like this.
He's like,
In-
yeah.
in the cage. Get in the cage. Get in the cage. No, but yeah, that was pretty scary.
But that's what I was thinking. Like,
Well, I want to say this. You said they never encountered that, right?
never encountered anything paranormal.
And that was the first post that they ever posted.
That's the
That was-
first thing they ever post.
That's crazy. What would you do? Like if you saw that shit? You have that camera.
Selling the house.
You're selling the house. I think that's the most.
I'm doing more investigation. I'm be like, my electricity's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, you guys ever believe people when they say that? Like, oh, they never done anything paranormal. This is the first paranormal stuff that ever happens to them, and they posted it. You believe that?
I feel like if it's the first thing that you post about, like your very first post, I feel like it could be like tricked.
Yeah, I feel like you're trying to start.
I feel like that's when you're trying to start. Like, okay, I'm gonna start a channel. Or,
You're trying to start a family channel, but you want to start posting scary stuff first.
I'm gonna start posting scary stuff like us. Then we blew up.
Yeah, but I was looking at that. I think that's the most scariest thing that it can happen to a person or in general is like seeing something peek out. Like right now, we're looking at the hallway right now. We just see something pop up.
Imagine you like looking down the hallway and you see like a figure just standing right there in the middle.
What if you see it pass by our room and go into the other room?
That'd be crazy, huh?
That's a trip, bro.
Here's a question. Here's a cool question. Here's a curiosity. What would you guys rather have? Say you're in a room, right, and you see something pop up in the corner. Would you rather have a ghost, an alien, or some type of creature?
What would I rather have?
Like, what would you rather see? Like, those are three scariest fucking things you can see. But what's the one thing you'd be like, I'd rather have a fucking ghost than a creature popping its head out looking at
I'd rather have a ghost because if it's an alien, bro, I'm fucked. If it's a creature, then I'm fucked. But if it's a ghost, like I have a chance to get out.
You have resources.
Because like a ghost cannot fuck with me. Like can't touch me.
What if he like lifts you up from your neck and like turns you around, pulls your pants down, and like
Poltergeist you.
Poltergeist me?
Yeah.
Or pulverizes me.
Pulverizes me.
Or pulverizes. It's not that funny, my friend. It's not that funny, bro.
But what would you go? I'd rather, low-key,
I'll get a ghost.
I'd rather
It's a
get
dumb
an
question.
alien.
That's stupid.
I'd rather do an alien. Because, dude, how often do you see an alien? I'd be like, dude, that's a fucking
But why would
alien.
you want it? Why would you want it to be like right there? It's gonna kidnap you and it's gonna fuck with you, bro. It's gonna like I'll do an autopsy and shoot. It's gonna bring like fucking like it's gonna put shit in you.
think about it
Gonna
though.
put shit in the ears.
What is an alien gonna do to you?
Like I said, bro, it's gonna kidnap you. It has a big ass UFO. They're gonna kidnap you. They're gonna
low-key,
open you.
they can
They're up and shit like
experiment
that.
you
They're
and
gonna
shit.
experiment you.
Dude, remember Diego's story from Chicos Toxico? That supposedly his grandma got kidnapped. Oh, no, not kidnapped, abducted by an alien.
And now she's like
knocking me sick.
Diego.
now she's like ultra woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's like the healthiest she's ever looked.
Maybe the alien can give me powers.
That's
Be like,
a-
kidnap this guy and give him some powers.
Live a long time.
Or they test you and they're like, let's see how long this guy's gonna live with this shit in him. You die like tomorrow. But like fuck.
I feel like a creature would be fucking worse to see.
What creature? Or what creature?
Like Slenderman.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I feel like a Slenderman.
Jeepers Creepers?
I'm dead,
Oh,
I'm dead.
Jeepers Creepers, you're
Dead.
fucking dead.
Dead,
bro.
I'm dead.
Dude, when I was a kid, I used to think like, if I ever come encounter with Jeepers Creepers,
I know how to survive.
like he can smell your fear and that's how he picks you, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I was like,
cooked.
I have to be not scared. I have to pretend like if I see him, I have to pretend like I'm not scared of this fool.
When we think about ghosts and stuff like that, you guys will never play a Ouija board ever, right?
Hell no.
Hell
Even
no.
once.
Dude, we got offers sometimes with other content creators. They'd be like, dude, we know you guys love scary stuff. Let's play the Ouija board. And we're always like, dude, we're not that type of person. We don't do that type of shit for content. No.
Yeah,
That's
you guys,
straight up no.
You guys think that we're gonna do a Ouija board? I'm sorry, but that's a no. That's a no for us. I don't think I ever want to do a Ouija board.
I think that's like a ticket to death, you know? That's like the
Or
that's
take
like,
it to like getting haunted, bro.
yeah, it's like
Like a first
I
trip ticket.
I know people tell us like, I mean, be careful what you look for because you're gonna get it. You know.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
I feel like for this, yes, it is in the same way, but I feel like if you just go to a Ouija board, that's like
Opening
Straight
fucking
up, bro.
gates.
that's like Mickey Mouse's straight hell.
Yeah, like he literally,
For real.
dude. Like, I don't know how. Like, if you really think about it, watch all the like scary paranormal demon movies. It all starts with an Ouija board. Literally, like, it's like #1 hint. Like, don't fucking play that shit. Don't even touch that.
Even I don't know. Recently, FaZe Rug. I don't know if you've seen his videos, but FaZe Rug back in the day, he did the Ouija board in his room, and like he got like demons off of that. Like he literally went to someone to read him or whatever
Card.
to get like cleansed or something because he said like he felt like demons were like following him.
Yeah.
So every house he was at, and even one time he was at his cousin's house. I don't know who it was, Jessica. So one of them. But I guess like during like the Ouija board time, I guess she got like low-key like possessed in that time.
What the fuck? Hell no.
And I was watching the video, I was like, heck no.
You're like, I'm not playing this.
Remember what Brett was saying that when this is this one game I'll be down to do. I'm down to play it. Like I know you guys aren't gonna fuck with it, but I'll be down to play it. It's where like you cover your eyes and you put a headphones on, and the headphones are playing like that static radio shit.
I'm lucky I'm down to play that.
Like that's like and then you say what the radio thing is saying, and I guess it's like you're a vessel for the spirits, so you can say some shit to them.
But what if, like-
I hate that part of saying like you're a vessel. I think I'm just like
What if you get
I'm a
stuck
messenger.
in that shit?
Nah, you won't get
Like
stuck.
the movie Talk to Me.
That's different. You're literally you're touching possession.
Have you guys ever heard of the game? I think it's called Red Door or something red. I think it's called Red Door.
Mhm. Is it the one where like you have to listen to it?
Yeah, like you're laying down and someone's like massaging your head or something, and like you have to say some words, and then you can see a red, like, and you're closing your eyes and you start imagining a red door.
Didn't a girl do that one time to her little brother?
Yeah, and then like supposedly you open that red door and you start seeing shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess he saw his dead homie.
Oh, so it's called the Red Door, Yellow Door game.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
That's right. I remember the girl saying like, go to the yellow door, or she says go to one of the doors.
Yeah.
Oh
that-
yeah, like you have to play. Yeah, it's like
I remember the video. He was crying like he was saying his homie's name, and he's like, hey, that's his homie. He died, and like he saw him.
So it's saying it's a creepy mind game you play with a partner. It's like a guided meditation that can lead to some freaky, vivid experiences. This is explaining how you do it. What you need is 2 people, a guide and a subject, a quiet, dark room, optionally a candle or a low lighting for extra creepy vibes. And this is how to play. A subject lies down on the floor. Don't try this at home.
Yes, do not try this at home.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck about you guys. I do care.
No, don't try.
I wouldn't
literally-
recommend this shit. Yeah.
Literally, don't ever like. This is like me like caring for you guys and really saying it. Don't ever touch an Ouija board. Don't ever play anything demonic. Telling ghost stories, watching videos is something completely different than actually getting involved in that. Like we don't even do it, so don't do it yourself.
So this is. I'm actually curious on this. It's the subject lies down on the floor or on a couch, head on the guidance lap. The guide rubs the subject's temple slowly and softly repeats, red door, yellow door, or any other color door. Oh, I remember that. Red door, yellow door, or any other color door. I remember they repeat that.
Okay.
Over and over like a chant. The goal is to get the subject into a trance-like state. Eventually, the subject begins to visualize a hallway with different colored doors. When they do, they tell the guide what they see. The guide asks questions like, what color is the door? Do you want to go inside? What do you see? And who is in there? The rules is important. The rules, important, that's what it says. If you see a man in a suit, don't talk to him.
What the fuck?
He's said to be evil and can control your mind. What? Oh, that's George. I was like, George went to go blow his nose.
George went to the restroom.
Come back to George, he's not there.
That's George went to the fucking red door. That's what he did.
That's crazy. Okay, if you see a man in a suit, don't talk to him.
I did not know that part.
I didn't know that. If you see a man, don't talk to him. He is said to be evil and can control your mind. If you see a room with clocks, don't enter. It is believed to be a trap your soul in time. It's believed to trap your soul in
Do
time.
you guys
That's
not hear
crazy.
this shit? Like, this is a fucking. This is
that's
like.
that's a game.
This is a game you're down to fucking dying or losing.
If you die in a vision, you can die in real life. If the subject starts breathing fast, twitching, or freaking out, wake them up immediately by shaking them or saying their name loudly. The theory. Some say the game lets you explore your subconsciousness mind, or even cross into a realm. Others say it is a suggestive hypnotism mixed with imagination. Either way, people report seeing dark figures, demons, and even getting stuck in the dream world. All right, don't fucking play it. There you go.
The
That, that's the only way. As I'm.
Why would you want to play that? There's like 3 risks to it. It's
That's
either
insane. I've never heard.
getting tricked by evil man, getting trapped your soul, or dying.
Dude, that's crazy. All right, cut back to George in 3, 2, 1.
I'm telling y'all.
Sorry,
George
guys,
is sick,
start
bro.
bleeding.
George.
You start bleeding?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's the fucking red door.
We're literally talking about the red door, yellow door.
We were
I know,
talking.
and I was thinking about it, and I was like, bro, you guys literally giving them details on how to play the game.
Dude, it literally says the rules are very important. It literally capitalized
These are important rules. Yeah, they say.
And it says if you see a man in a suit, don't trust him because he's evil.
Don't talk to him. No, don't talk to him.
Like, don't interact with him?
Don't interact with him. The second thing is if you see a room full of clocks, don't go in there because you're gonna get trapped and your soul's gonna get trapped.
In time, your soul's gonna get trapped in time. That's what it is.
Someone's walking by.
Don't scare me. And then the third one is what is it?
The third one was
Oh, if you die in it. Oh, you see how these fools just left me?
So would you?
So, like, is your soul, like, stuck that your body starts, like...
So it says this. So the theory is it's like you're. So the theory is I'm gonna read it to you because I'm not gonna remember that shit. The theory is some say the game lets you explore your subconscious mind, or even cross into another realm, or even others say it is suggestive hypnotism mixed with imagination. Either way, people report seeing dark figures, demons, and even getting stuck in the dream world.
Like, why would you want to play that?
For real.
Like, why would you be like, you know what? I want my soul to be
Can
trapped
you
tonight.
believe, like, the red door,
Yeah,
yellow
explain
door used to be, like, a trend on TikTok?
That was a trend.
It
That was a
was?
kid's trend.
It was
I
a
remember
kid's
seeing that shit in
trend
middle
on
school.
TikTok.
What the?
I remember seeing that shit in middle
fuck?
school too, bro. Sometimes shit was weird.
Imagine you're at a party and you're like, dude, we're having such a great time, and you hear one of the fools, hey, let's play red door, yellow door. Let's get our souls trapped. Like, bro, what?
But
You're
I don't know if
ruining
you
the
guys
vibe.
remember, but back then when I was in middle school,
Charlie shit.
like, I would, like, there was, like, this trend where you will hold your breath. You will be against a wall, hold your breath, and someone would literally, like, press into your chest until you like passed out type thing.
What
the
Yeah,
fuck?
it was
I've never played
weird.
that. I remember seeing that pass out game, but
The
pass out game was like in Mexico or like in like somewhere in like Latin America. Because I
What?
remember seeing like like a kid died in like because they played like that like it was like a strangling game until like you pass out. Yeah.
No, this one, like, you literally
People
have to
are-
hold your
people are
breath
weird, bro.
against the wall.
Bro, it's similar.
Don't try
bro.
at
You
home.
Pass out.
And, like, they would literally have to press your chest. And I literally remember, like, my homies, like, because my homies used to do this. Like, they used to, like, just pass out, like, doof.
Did you do it?
Heck no. Because my mind, I was like,
I'm finna die.
what if the homie pushes a little too much and I'm dead?
I'm dead. What if he doesn't stop?
Yeah.
What if you have a
What if
secret
he's,
and
like,
shit
been
that?
holding this against me, you know? And he just,
I know, bro. That's crazy. Y'all just play some weird games. I remember the Lucas Chamoy. People would snort that.
That wasn't a game, bro. I think that was just people being weird.
do you believe, what's that girl's name?
Bloody Mary.
Mary's real?
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't even want to say yes or no because then this bitch is gonna come after me, bro. And I don't even.
It's like Candyman. Like they're just like
Urban
stories
legends?
or urban legends.
But have you ever tried to, like,
it?
be in
no,
the
dude,
restroom?
I was always, as a kid, I was always scared to do any of those trends, like the Charlie, Bloody Mary,
still
red
scared
door,
now?
yellow door. Yeah, I'm fucking
Let's
still
go
scared
do
to
it
do
real
that
quick.
shit.
Let's go do it real
Fuck
quick.
no. Nuh-uh.
Good luck.
'Cause
There
I
ain't no
always
mirror in
felt-
the restroom.
Because I always felt like,
no.
like it was a joke, right? It's a joke. It's fun to do, but I always felt like I'll be that one person that actually like got that
Happened to?
shit. Yeah, like out of everybody in the world, I was the one that got like actual Bloody Mary in me, and I'm like, fuck that. You know?
Have you guys ever wondered what the origins of the Ouija board?
The what, origin?
Origins of the Ouija board? I was wondering that the other day. I was like,
What kind of person wonders, like,
And you know, but
Who's Luigi?
what's crazy is that it became a fun board game, like in the 1890s. I think that's what it was. Yeah, in the 1890s, they made it like to be fun and a fun board game.
Then how to become demonic?
So like like in like right now, have you ever gone to Target and you see them?
Yeah, like you see them in the
crazy,
kids
right?
aisles,
That's
like board
crazy.
games.
In a board game.
They just sitting up there.
That's crazy,
Crazy.
right?
Fuck that, dude. Fuck
So
that
this
shit.
is how it goes. So back in the 1800s, people were trying to talk to ghosts, but it was a whole process. That's how it would be like. They would play with the ghost, so they would enter like a room, and they'll literally sit in a room and they'll say the alphabet out loud, and they'll wait until the ghost would knock right on the letter. So let's just pretend like we're in a room like this one, I don't know, and then we like say something like we ask the ghost something, and then we say the ABCs A, B, C, and when we hear a knock, that means like, oh, that's the letter, and you got to write that shit down, you know?
See,
Yeah, right. Then you like count like numbers and shit like that. Like you ask a question, like if it's numbers, you say numbers, stuff like that. It was a whole long fucking process. Eventually, a couple of dudes, just regular motherfuckers, right? I doubt they're regular. It says they're regular. Or
Probably
people.
demonic fools.
They say it was way too much work. So in the 1890s, they came up with a new way to chat with spirits, a board game with the letters and numbers. Of course, the Ouija board as we know it right now. And the Ouija board was born. It was not meant to be spooky at all. It wasn't meant to be like anything horror. It was supposed to be like just a party game.
Yeah.
Can you believe that shit? And then
Party game to contact demons and spirits? How's that a party game?
and you realize like when you realize it, you're like, like the Ouija board is meant for lazy people trying to contact the spirit. Believe that shit? They were lazy as fuck.
To actually play the whole ass game?
So they're like, let's make a board. And they were like, let's sell it to people.
What was it that made you? Well, what was it that like made it like so demonic?
I think
You
because
do you believe like someone like, yes, contact spirits, but you think like a witch or evil person like came and like did a
believe
spell on
so.
the boards?
I believe, I think someone who actually like practiced like double worshiping, like actually did something to the game, like actually like use the game for real. You get me? You get me what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like for example, like we're playing basketball, but then we take the basketball and we start playing soccer with it. That's basically because we're soccer players, we can play soccer with anything. I think that's you get what I'm trying to say, right?
I
Like,
get what you're trying to say.
like Devil Worshipper took a friendly game and then he made it into a fucking
Changed it around.
it around.
The
and
original
kicked them
people,
out.
their name was Elijah Bond and Charles Kennard. It was the 1890s. That was kind of fucking long time ago.
Then why the fuck they name it Ouija?
I don't know. The original way, the one I said knocking, that you know what that was called?
What?
That was called rapping.
Rapping?
Rapping like rapping.
Yeah.
Like spinning bars. But like that's what it was called, rapping.
That's why they say rapping is
Are
demonic
you onto
music.
something?
Oh, he rapping.
A, B, C.
He's like, don't go in the room. They're rapping. It's like, let me spit some bars.
He's like, oh shit, for real? Let me go in there.
Oh, this dude go crazy.
He's like, bro, I got some lyrics for them. Let me go in there. You go in there and they're like,
they're floating,
whoa,
like floating, and like fucking dying. And
Oh,
shit.
he rapping. No, he's dying.
He dying, bro. He's dead.
He's on the roof, fucking crawling. He's fucking rapping and shit. That's funny.
You know, I heard this recently, and maybe you guys can tell me more facts about it. I'll probably just search it up right now, but I didn't know this. But somebody that I know said that in Mexico, when you find a person, like a dead body, and they have like an eye missing or a foot missing, that means that they had like a ritual done on them.
That's weird.
Were they completely missing or just their?
Yeah, like if it's missing, like if they don't have an eye or if they don't have like no foot, that means that there's like been a ritual done on that person.
Wow, I didn't know.
You know that? I didn't know that either.
I remember.
Imagine finding somebody like with no foot. I'm like, damn.
I remember there was a story that I watched at church during the Sunday school with the kids. I'm pretty sure I remember the name. I don't remember the name, but I remember watching the video, and they were trying to scare us, like to like not be bad, you know. And they showed us a video of a guy. He used to be a devil worshiper. And then
recently?
No, this was when I was a kid.
A while back, yeah.
Yeah, and he used to be a devil worshiper. I guess
during youth, right? During youth.
Yeah, and his name's very famous. He's very famous in the Christian world, and I don't know who he is, but he used to be a devil worshiper, and I remember he was saying that stuff that he used to do when he was a devil worshiper. He said one thing that he would do is that he would stand on the side of the street and just watch people pass by, and he would start cursing them with like saying spells under his breath and like cursing certain people that walk by. He's like, sometimes I would curse them to get in an accident or, you know, to do something bad to them or to lose someone they love. Like, he'll do shit like that. And then sometimes he said that when he heard that someone has died, he'll rush to the scene and take his soul. Like, he'll try to take his soul for the devil. Like, he'll try to get there as fast as possible before anybody else to take his soul. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, people do shit like that?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, he said that he used to do shit like that. I was like, wow, you guys could look it up. It's on YouTube. Like, look it up.
I remember the way he started questioning God is when he saw a group of like young people who were praying together, holding hands, and he couldn't do anything about it because of how powerful their prayers were. He said he couldn't, and he got so angry. He was so mad at it.
You know how he got into Christ? He got into Christ because he was dating a girl.
He fell in love with a girl.
He fell in love with the girl, and she was a Christian, and she invited him to church, and he would go to church, but he'll go and pretend like he was like holy and he loved God, but in reality he was a devil worshiper. And one day, like, something took over him. Something told him to choke the priest,
Kill the priest,
like to kill him.
Pastor.
And like he rushed over to choke him, and like he grabbed him, but something was telling him to let go, and he let go. And then like when he let go, he manifested right there.
Yeah.
It was a crazy story. Yeah, everybody.
I think I know what guy you're talking about.
Yeah, I something Angel. I remember he had the same name as me, and I felt like weird about it. I was like, that's kind of weird. I was like, shit. I was
Everyone, it
myself.
was like when he was like, my name is Angel. We all looked at Angel.
They all looked at me. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about it?
You could tell it'll be him.
And I remember that he had a dream one night where he went on a train, and it was like they were like taking him to hell. And then when he got to hell, like he saw like the devil in here, and the devil was like, "Why would you betray me? Why would you go to him? Like, you're mine forever. Like you're right."
Yeah.
Like that. He was like, "Why would you go to him?" Like, he was like, "You're mine. Don't you understand that? Like you're not going away from me. Like, I'm gonna keep you here. You're gonna be mine forever." And the guy was like so scared, like he started like almost like crying. And out of nowhere, he said a cross appeared on his hand. Yeah. And he lifted it up and he said Jesus' name. And then that's when he woke up, and he said that his bed was like levitating, and he dropped down on the floor, right?
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I remember that.
That would be so crazy.
Are you looking up his name?
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, just look it up so everybody can watch. It's a really crazy story. I remember watching it. And I remember another one that they talked about. I remember there's youth, and I remember this one really scarred me. This one like stayed in my mentality forever.
You remember the one of do you remember the one of where they were talking about like abortions? You played that video? No. At youth? No. That one like kind of like startled me a little
This one started me. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
I think I do remember a little bit.
I remember this one. This one's called A Letter from Hell. Have you guys ever heard of that one?
No.
So this one really scarred me. I remember like this one always stayed in my mind. Like I gotta, talk about God to everybody, because in the video it was a guy and he was friends with his neighbor for many, many years. I might be getting the story wrong, but I remember I remember basically the moral of the story. They've been friends for many, many years, and one of them was a Christian, and he grew up in the church for all his life. And the other one wasn't a Christian. He was just a normal kid who didn't go to church. And one day, I think they were like teenagers or adults, the kid who didn't go to church got into an accident and he died. And his friend was very devastated, and he went to pray for his family. He moved on with his life. And one day he got a letter, and he opened it, and it was a letter from his friend. And in the video, you can hear the voice of his friend reading the letter out loud. And he was saying how like he's angry at him because they were friends for many years, and he never talked about God or took him to church while he was alive. Now he's in hell suffering, and he's describing how he's in pain, how it's hot down there, how everybody's being tortured. And he was like, because of you never preached to me, now I'm in hell. Wow. And that was the title. It's called A Letter from Hell. Letter from Hell. And that stuck to me. I was like, wow, dude, I gotta like preach to all my friends because I don't want none of my friends to
send me a letter.
To send me a fucking letter, a voicemail,
It's basically it's true.
Yeah, like like even if you just talk about God one time, at least that's just the message you
just planting the seed.
You just plant the seed. They know now. They gotta know who He is.
But that's cat, bro. You cannot go without your life without ever hearing about God.
No, but his friend, and
yeah, but you can't blame his friend.
It's true. Like even my mom, like when my mom came to the church we're at now, my mom, her first camp, she realized that not realized, but her first camp, she confronted one of the sisters from the church, because that sister knew my mom for many, many years. And my mom asked her, like, hey, like how long you been going to church? She's like, oh, I've been going to church all my life. And my mom feels the type of way because my mom was like, so you knew about church all your life, and you
knew about Christ.
You knew about Christ all your life, and you knew what I was going through back in the day, and you never preached to me or like even decided to tell me to come to church. And my mom was very hurt about that, and she confronted her in a nice way, and the lady broke down and apologized, like, you're right. I'm surprised I never, preached to you or told you about Christ, So that's why I was like, oh, you always got to, you always got to preach to somebody,
Yeah.
Even
That's why, like, it says, like, God or the Holy Spirit will, like, if you pray, if you ask the Holy Spirit, bring me someone that I could preach the word to. Because that's happened to me plenty of times where I was like, Holy Spirit, bring me someone, doesn't matter if it's one of my clients or a new client, and just allow me to preach the word of God to them. And I've done it before because in my growth book, I write it down.
Yeah.
I like, bring me someone. And and someone has came in, like a new client, and they're like, hey, bro, like, I like the barbershop, blah, 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 blah. And then they just mention God, and that's where I see the opportunity of, like, okay, you asked for it, and now I'm going to give it to you, and you apply what you know to him.
Yeah, that's good. You guys should check out some like videos like that of Christianity. Like some of them are pretty powerful. Some of them will like be like, damn, that's pretty dark. That's crazy.
I have a story about this one client that came in today. I'm gonna tell you guys about it.
Okay.
This was a new client, new client. Ruben cut him up one time. He just came into the shop and I was available, so I told him, like, yo, bro, I get you. I'm talking to him. We're talking about how our day is, blah, blah, blah. And he asked me what I do. And like, oh, I got a podcast, bro. I got the Kickback crew. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Like, I've seen you guys before. Oh, that's tight. And I was like, oh, I also have this series called Scary Shh. Like, I was talking to him about it. We talk about some paranormal stuff, blah, blah, blah. He's like, bro, I actually have some paranormal things that happened to me when I was young. So I guess this guy, he's like, I think he said he's Native American.
Okay.
He said his grandma used to be very in the spiritual world, And I guess he will stay at his grandma's house, and there's a particular room that his grandma will always tell the whole family, don't ever go into this room. This is my room only. Don't ever go into it, all the time. So all the nephews, all the kids, everyone, grandkids, everyone knew not to go into the room. That's the main thing. He was sleeping in his room, which was right across that room that his grandma would not let him in. It was him and his brother. He said he got up to go use the restroom, and when he came back, his brother was just standing right next to his bed, like just standing, like if he was like sleepwalking. Okay. And he tells his brother, like, what you doing, bro? Like, he woke up and he's like, what you doing? He's like, oh, I'm not doing nothing. And then he's like, go to bed. So he went to the bed, but when he turned to look at the door, I guess it was creaked open. Oh. I guess it was pushed open. So he was like, oh, I probably caught this fool, like, trying to get in there. And he's acting dumb. He's trying to, like, push it, like, trying to, like, get rid of the evidence. So he's just saying that he's sleepwalking. Uh-huh. Yeah. So he goes and closes the door. He closes the door, okay? To where you got to turn it to open it. And I guess he goes into bed, and he's laying in his bed, like just laying, like, mind you, he's laying down, and the door's like right here.
Okay.
He said he's laying down. I don't know what he was doing that. He said that he heard the door open again, like creak. You know how in the scary movies
like
be?
Slowly,
like in the scary movies. He just went. He said he got scared, so that I guess he was since he was a little kid, he used to have a BB gun under his bed.
Okay.
So he was like, I'm gonna just wait here. If anything pops out, like,
Pulling out my Glock.
I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna shoot it with my BB gun. That's what he said. And I guess he said it opened a little bit more, and he just shot at it. And I guess he heard shattering. He was like, oh, freak! Like, my grandma's gonna get mad at me. Like she tells us never go into the room, like, for a reason. Like, she doesn't want me to get. And I guess, and what was always in that room was polyester dolls, kind of like Annabelle and all that. Oh. So that's what the grandma used to have under, like, all that. So I guess he was like, oh, I probably shot one of the polyester dolls. Like, my grandma's gonna get mad at me. But I guess when he woke up the next day, just to see if he broke anything, he opened the door and he tried to look around. He said he went in, he seen a polyester doll, and the polyester doll had a BB gun bullet hole and its foot. But in the glass that the polyester doll was in was completely like still there. So what he's saying is that he thinks that the polyester doll got out of the
case?
the little case, and was calling his brother towards the room. Because you know how he woke up?
Yeah.
And he said, I guess since the door opened and he shot at it, he thinks like, oh, he shot its foot.
And while it was out, the
While
glass.
it was out, the glass.
Ah, that's
What was-
actually crazy.
What was the glass shattering then?
He said,
No, it was the doll's foot.
Yeah, that's why. So
yeah, but he said
did-
like there was nothing, like there was no glass.
probably like a mimic, like it was mimicking a glass shatter. So
Yeah.
I think, so it would go in there. So he would go in there and check.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said
Shit,
when
dude.
he went into the room, like the basement, I don't know what the room. He said that he seen the polyester doll inside his case still,
With no glass shatter, nothing.
with no glass shatter or nothing. Meaning there was only one way that this thing could get it, is if it
was
removed itself
outside.
from the cage and was roaming around the room.
Wow.
That's a trip, dude.
That's fucking
That's a
crazy.
trip.
And I was like, bro, this is crazy, bro. I was like, I might say it on the podcast today. And that's why I remember it so much, because I was cutting hair. I was like, bro, that's so crazy.
That
That
is
is
actually
crazy.
that's a fucking that sounds like an actual Annabelle
Yeah.
type shit, you know? Wow.
Trip. That is a trip.
So I have this video that's based in India. You know how every culture has like some type of urban legend. You know how Mexico
Yeah.
has La Llorona, and USA has
Yeah.
you know Tacuaches and
No.
Edgars and shit.
No.
USA has
What do they have here? Bigfoot,
Bigfoot. I would say
yeah.
Bigfoot, I guess. Yeah.
Bigfoot, skinwalkers and shit like that.
Skinwalkers.
Where in India, there's this urban legend where there's a lady who's dressed up like an Indian person with head covered from head to toe. That's how they
sounds so racist.
that's how they described it in the video. That's how they
Okay.
describe it,
So
like
racist,
Indian
but okay.
culture dress. That's how they said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Indian people. I'm like, okay.
That's how they. I don't know. That's how they described it in the video. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you dress like a Mexican.
Anyways, so the urban legend is that she walks in the middle of the night. No one can see her face. You can't see her face, and she's walking and she's ringing everybody's doorbell, and she's just ringing them and walking away. And people call the police because they see her or they capture her, and they call the police. And every time the police shows up to confront her, she's never ever found.
Nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere to be seen. And if you have animals or just animals like lurking around the neighborhood, the animals like immediately run away. Like
scared of her?
they're scared and they run away. Like not even, they don't
Yeah.
think twice. They fucking dip. And there's this person who caught security footage.
She has a whole lot of aura. That's what it is.
Yeah, there's this person who recorded it live as she's doing it. Like then they start calling the police. In the video, she's walking, right? And she's pushing all the buttons, but there's just one frame where she pushes the button and like she's walking away and her hands like Mr. Fantastic, like it comes back, like extends extra.
So she doesn't go to the door.
Yeah, she goes to the door and she's pressing as she's walking away, like it's still the button on there and it extends back to her body.
What the heck?
This lady's like a creature
Yeah,
type,
yeah, yeah.
you know? And it's so weird. Let me show you.
ओ भैया देखो जी घंटी भी बजाई है इसने जी तोमर आंटी की हाँ नहीं भैया इसकी थाने में सूचना देनी पड़ेगी हाँ भैया जी भैया सतीश जी कुछ साफ नहीं आ रही यार इसकी
दूर से बोलते हो देखो अब ये आ रही है अब देखो इनकी बजाई का जो पहले
वो तेरी भैया
घंटी बजाई देखो
हाँ
अब देखो तो आई देखो देखो आगे
और कहने बैकवर भी कुत्ती को धन्ना कर रही भैया देखो हाँ
A bull in the alley runs away in fear as the woman approaches. And then as she rings one of the doorbells, her arm seems to stretch in a bizarre, inhuman way.
The bull ran.
Fucking ran.
The bull was like, nah, fuck this. I ain't.
Bull was like, oh shit.
The bull was like, I didn't see anything. I ain't a part of anything. Ain't nobody saw nothing.
Bull was
I'm
like-
leaving. He said, oh shit. But you saw her hand is just like Mr. Fantastic. It just comes back. It's weird.
Shit. When it moved and that shit kept going in, bro. She was weird.
That's weird. And it's crazy how like the locals, they say that every time they see her or they hear the door ring, they don't open the door because they don't know what happens next, you know. But they call the police to come confront this lady, and they never ever find her. They can never find her.
Is this like the tale of like the black-eyed children?
Kind of. I think something like that.
Knocks
Yeah.
on your door, and what do you think happens?
You die.
We literally watched a movie about black-eyed children. Though.
Yeah, we did. We watched a movie about black-eyed children. It was a fucking shitty ass movie.
It was a white movie, but we did some more searching on it. Black-eyed children is pretty scary. Imagine you hear knocking like, "Can we come in, please? I want to come in." And if you let them in, you're dead. But if you don't let them in, or if you don't respond, you're chilling.
It's crazy.
Imagine.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
What if you think it's a black-eyed children, but it's just a black kid? You thinking it's a black-eyed children?
It's a what?
It's a black kid. You're just like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. You scared me. I thought you were black-eyed children. You know, I didn't know. Yeah, come in. You know.
Come here, my
And the guy's like, really, bro?
Actually, like the same client that I spoke to today, he had a story of like, and like I guess he had a pit bull growing up.
Who is this person, bro?
I don't know. I gotta investigate. He had a pit bull.
He said, I gotta investigate.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this?
I thought you said a pimple. I was like, I had pimples too. Fuck, that shit's scary.
And I guess this
we know.
pit bull,
You got a fuck ton.
I had back acne.
he got one right here.
Yeah, you do.
Oh man. Anyway.
So I guess he said that growing up he had this very vicious like pit bull.
Vicious.
Like very vicious. He emphasized on vicious.
Right.
Like the scariest people ever. Like he will always try to like jump the fence and like try to like bite people. Like that's what he said. Like always. And I guess this one time he said that he used to always jump. So what they started to do is that they will like tie his leash around this tree. There's one tree in their backyard.
Okay.
And I guess one time they did that, and I guess they went inside their house, and they just heard the dog just started crying and barking, like if it was scared. And I guess eventually it did it so much and so hard that he broke loose and he ran away, like he left the house. And when they came back, that they said like this dog did not want to stay by this tree, like at all. Wow. Like it was determined to not be there at all. And so I guess like they put it inside the garage. But I guess he said that his older brother said that he looked up the tree, and he like see like some eyes on top of the tree, like looking down. And the client was like, bro, like literally my brother was in fear, like telling me the story, like that he literally seen a pair of eyes in the tree.
Wow. I want to know what type of eyes. That's crazy. Like normal, like person eyes, or like owl eyes,
like lizard eyes or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I was picturing like red eyes.
Right. I was picturing like yellow eyes.
I was picturing like lizard eyes, the ones that like just go close sideways. Yeah. That's crazy.
Did you ever watch the first Conjuring movie? You know that one?
What is that one? Give me a rundown.
So the first Conjuring movie is this family who moves into this brand new house. They bought it off of a bank. And it's a father and a mother with 5 daughters.
Okay, I know which one it is.
Remember that?
Yes.
And then they find out that the house is haunted by a witch. Remember, and the witch killed herself, and she claimed that that whole land is hers and all that. And then they find like little pieces of her like presence in like different areas of the land. Mm-hmm. And that house is a part of that land. And the whole witch's story was like, the witch's the story of her is like she had a baby. She did a ritual sacrifice on the baby, and then she killed her. She hung herself after. Yeah. Yeah, she's basically saying that when she, like her giving birth and killing the baby is like a mockery to God, saying like, oh, you gave me a gift of,
you blessed me with this, and
you blessed me with a gift of birth. Now I'm gonna mock you, and I'm gonna kill the baby, and I'm gonna do a ritual on it, and I'm gonna hang myself after.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. Wow.
Yeah, right.
How do you think something like that?
Right, that shit was crazy.
It's that one scene in the movie where she has like a what do you call those? A match. And she's like, hold it up, and in the back you hear something going, and the match just turns off. Yeah. It's that one instant scene, you know which one?
You know the movie, right?
Yeah, that one.
So in the movie, you remember how the movie like ends, like, you know, they do an exorcism on the mother, and it's like all happy ending, right? Well, it was never like that. The original story, it wasn't happy ending.
They cut it?
Yeah, so they made the
art they switched it around to make.
What was it?
They switched it around.
No, what's the other word?
Just continue, please.
Hold on, before you continue, let me go take a leak.
They made an alternate ending. now we know what the movie was about, and I told you like it's an alternate ending of what the original story is. It never was a happy ending. So in the first movie, we see Ed and Lorraine Warren. You remember the Warrens?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're the people that help, and they take all the the spirits and stuff like that, and they where the Annabelle doll is at. You know, Ed and Lorraine Lauren, famous them. We see them helping the Perron family escape the terrifying haunting. You know what's happening in that household. And in the movie, they defeat the spirit. That's what goes on. But in real life, the real Perron family, Carolyn and Roger, with the $5 moved into the $5. Did I say dollars?
He said dollars.
$5.
A house for $5, crazy. I was like,
Brokey.
wow.
They moved into the house, the farmhouse in Harrisonville, Rhode Island, in 1971. Almost immediately, strange things started happening. Exactly what happened in the movie. Furniture was moving around. Disembodied voices, cold spots, apparitions, and then the smell of rotting flesh, which they said the smell of rotting flesh was a demonic presence. You know that, right? Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
For real?
Uh-huh. And then came Bathsheba. According to the legend, Bathsheba was a real woman, which I didn't fucking know that. I didn't know it was a real thing, that witch was real. I didn't know I thought it was just a fucking movie. Mm-hmm. And Bathsheba lived in the 1800s. Locals accused her of being a witch who sacrificed her infant child to the devil. Then she said she cursed the land before dying, and now she haunts the farmhouse. In the Perron's case, they believe Bathsheba's spirit targeted their mothers, Carolyn, trying to possess her and take over the family. At one point, she was even thrown across the room. So then we say, what did happen to the Warrens? What did the Warrens do? They did visit the family. They didn't do an exorcism, which we saw in the movie. They didn't do an exorcism. They did a seance. That's what they did.
What's a seance?
A seance is different from an exorcism. An exorcism is like taking away a demon, like extracting a demon away from a person.
Yeah.
In the movie, they said like it's not only you can only do it with bodies or people. You can do it to objects. You can do exorcism objects, but they never did that. A seance is contacting the people, contacting the spirits. Putting a light, like a candle, and just saying like, if anyone here, tell me about it.
Kind of get like
conversation,
information about it.
Exactly. So, what's crazy is that we know this story of the Conjuring, right? We know it as like they defeated and all like that. In reality, the Ed and Lorraine Warren, they made it fucking worse. They made it way worse by doing the seance. They angered it. They made it because who they are. They're Ed and Lorraine. They contact spirits. They do exorcisms, stuff like that. But in this one, they didn't do an exorcism. They did a seance, which made the fucking situation way worse. And I didn't know this. I thought I was like, oh, I'm just watching a regular like scary movie. I thought this was like the most coolest story ever. But it was like the worst story that Ed and Lorraine ever encountered, and they made it worse. It was so bad that they didn't even fucking like help out. They ruined it. They made it worse. Roger Perron, the dad, actually kicked the Warrens out of the house because he felt they were making things more intense. The family ended up living there with the hauntings for 10 more years before they finally moved out.
20 more years?
10 more years. They stayed there for 10 more years, bro.
Wow.
Because they had financial struggles. They couldn't afford another house. They bought it off a bank, the house. So they couldn't actually afford another house. So they stayed there for 10 more years, fucking being haunted by that bitch Bathsheba. So yeah, the real story never ended in a happy ending. And I want to talk more about Bathsheba. She was a real person. Her grave is real. Like there's a grave of her.
For her?
There's a grave
at the place.
I don't think it's in Rhode Island. It's in the Harrisonville Cemetery. It's in Rhode Island. It's still there. It's cracked. It still looks creepy. People go there and they try to like get her spirit. They try to see like if her spirit lingers around the place and whatnot. But yeah, I didn't know that she was a real person. And I didn't know that her fucking grave exists, which is insane,
That's crazy.
Right?
Wow, 10 more years they've been in a haunted house.
You kind of knowing about the story, like us, would you go and visit her grave?
No.
Yes.
Fuck no, I wouldn't.
Yeah?
I would, bro. I've honestly thought about like trying to do that. Like, didn't David Dobrik Grayson go to the Conjuring house?
Yeah, he did.
I'm fucking down to do that shit, bro. And stay there
with some comedians. Fuck.
Fuck yeah, bro. Imagine staying there with some comedians. But I'm down to take fucking Eric, bro. I'm down to take Eric, see how fucking much, how much he's gonna be like.
He's gonna get humbled.
It's gonna be like that was a win, bro. I'm be like, nah, you're getting humbled, boy. You're getting humbled today, boy.
That's crazy.
Would you go,
bro.
George?
Heck no.
Why?
I don't care.
I don't care.
Bro, family stayed there 10 years. You can't even stay there for one night.
Hell no, dude. That's crazy.
Where they at now?
So
there.
the house was a house was owned by another family, and that family said that still shit happened, and then they made it into a tourist attraction. So now you can stay there or you can like look around. So I didn't know that either.
Wow.
So, okay, would you go?
Yeah, I would.
I
Let's go to Rhode Island, bro. Let's go to Rhode Island.
Oh, you tripping, bro?
If any company, any brand, now that we're brand friendly, any brand wants to pay us a lot of fucking money.
Not us, them.
No, pay us.
Damn.
George.
Damn.
Look how George is, bro.
Edgar.
So funny. You want to pay us to go to Rhode Island, pay for our trip, pay for our
What if
visit.
they're like, you gotta dress as Edgar though?
Fuck it, bro.
Be like, man, I don't like this go.
Let it go.
Fuck go, man.
I'll do it, bro. I'll do it. Dude, pay us, bro. I'll do it.
Thank you guys for watching another episode.
We clapping it up, bro.
Let's clap it up then, because everybody wants to fucking clap.
Next camera shot's gonna be you like.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching another episode of Scary. Shut the fuck up and watch the video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Patreon episode. We drop their daily videos, exclusive
Daily.
stuff.
Daily, I don't think about daily.
Weekly.
We drop weekly.
Weekly. And make sure you follow us on Instagram and use code Kickback Crew for 20% off your SeatGeek tickets, whatever you want
Use
to
code
buy.
Kickback Crew to you get 20% off your first purchase using SeatGeek. Most easy side.
And then donate some medicine
That's
to
it,
my boy
right?
right here. Yeah.
It kind of sounded like kind of weird.
I kind of felt weird.
All right. Well, let's end it off.